This is the Chamberlain belt-driven DC-powered smart garage door opener with a built-in camera. It's a DIY-friendly system that most homeowners should be able to handle. In this video, we're going to take a look at what comes with it, run through an install, and then demo it out. But first, here's what comes in the box. We've got the install hardware, modular rail system, the quiet belt drive, the spring tensioner, safety sensors, 2 wireless remotes, 1 wired keypad, and of course the drive motor. Looks wise, we've got a nice modern aesthetic with a matte black finish and a really bright LED that works much better than incandescents found on competing products. Assembly consists of pressing the modular rail system pieces together. It's a toolless design with locking tabs instead of fasteners. The carriage assembly slides on the end with a screwdriver inserted as a temporary stop, while the motor mount is then pressed into place. Then the rear trolley hard stop is bolted down. The 2 rail mounting screws are pre-installed in the motor unit. Remove these and then reuse to bolt the rail to the motor. Next, we'll work on the drive system. Start by attaching the idler pulley on the rail side opposite the motor. Run the belt around and then attach the hook side to the carriage. The other side is routed around the drive gear and then attached with a spring-loaded bolt. It's pretty cool how it works. Once hand tightened, releasing the retaining clip allows the spring to expand and properly tension the belt. And finally, before mounting, we'll install the drive gear cover. The wall side rail bracket needs to be fastened to something structural. Luckily, most garage doors have big headers above them, so that works nicely. Lift the entire rail and motor assembly up, resting one side on a ladder, and fasten the rail with a cotter pin, allowing it to still rotate freely. Sadly, at this point, I realized that the included rails were going to be too short for my garage door, something I should have verified prior to assembly. The hardware provided by Chamberlain is only good for garage doors up to 7 feet high, a big negative for this product. Fortunately, there is an extension kit available. Unfortunately, it's an added cost. It comes with an elongated rail, a longer belt, and a new tension spring. Assembly of the extension is otherwise the same as the standard length kit, just took a bit of rework. I could then rotate up and bolt to the existing ceiling hardware. Once this is up, we can work on attachment of the emergency release and attachment of the trolley to the garage door itself. Hardware is included for this, but you'll likely just use the factory installed bracket. Final assembly steps include bolting on the sensor brackets, mounting the wall remote, and wiring them both to the motor unit via several terminals on the back. That's it for installation. Not bad if you take your time and have a pretty basic set of tools. Setup starts with the adjustment of the door opening and closing positions, easy to do with a couple up and down arrows on the back of the unit. After that's dialed in, the motor will perform an auto calibration sequence. Don't be alarmed. Finally, Chamberlain does recommend testing the auto reverse function. They suggest using a 2x4. I just used my hand. Basically, we're just ensuring that if the door encounters resistance, it pulls back instead of crushing whatever is underneath it. If you are not interested in any of the smart features, that's it. The included remote works right out of the box. The smart features are controlled via the well-reviewed MyQ app. Setup is simple and involves selecting your hardware type, pressing the Learn button on the wall remote, and then entering your Wi-Fi credentials, pretty much just like any other smart home device. From here, we can remotely open and close our door. That warning sound is totally normal and is meant to alert anyone physically present that the door is about to shut. The camera is also viewable in-app. You do have the option to set up motion alerts and triggered recordings, but for now I don't feel like paying for storage. If you don't want anyone to use the camera, including yourself, you can always physically close it. Personally, I'm not sure how much I'll use the camera, but it is a really nice way to see if your house is open to the world. I like that the field of view is wide enough to see both of my garage doors, even the non-smart one. Next, I wanted to pair the opener with my HomeLink enabled vehicle. According to the manual, one should be able to accomplish this by pressing the Learn button on the wall remote. However, I was unable to successfully sync using this method. Pressing the learn button on the back of the motor itself solved the issue. And here's something I didn't even realize was possible: two-way communication between my truck and the opener. Notice this red blinking down arrow? That's the head unit telling my truck the garage door is closing. When it's finished, we get green. Pretty cool. Now, being a DC-powered belt-driven unit, this product is advertised as being noticeably quieter than its chain-driven AC-powered competitors. And that may be true. However, it seems like the majority of the noise comes from the door itself, so in the real world, it doesn't sound much quieter than cheaper options. The only other feature I wanted to point out here is this product's excellent light. It is very bright and very white. It can also be toggled from the remote or set up to sense motion, say when you're walking into a dark garage. Nice touch. Overall, a good, easy to install product. I like that it supports two-way home link communication, pairs with a very polished app, and adds a modern design to a normally boring appliance. I don't like the fact you need to spend additional money if your garage door is over 7 feet, but still, I wouldn't hesitate to purchase again.